They're all very interested in what I have to offer this morning. Yep, I got food for you guys. I do. It's just after 8 and it's like 81 out here already. Ooh. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, pretty girl.
So I've learned a new word this morning, how to spell it. I'm still trying to grasp exactly what it means, but the word is hysteresis. So give me that little brief thing. What are you doing with it in the garage?
Well, I bought a humidistat for the dehumidifier. In the little humidistat that's on the dehumidifier has gotten to be, it's old and it's not working reliably. The thing I've come on in the air, the garage is way too dry because it won't turn off, and then I've come in the garage and it's way too wet because the silly thing won't turn on, so the humidistat in it is messed up. So I bought from Amazon a humidistat. It's designed mostly for greenhouses or something, and it's got a one plug that handles dehumidification and a second plug AC outlet that does for humidification, because that way you can have it turn on either one of them, so with the same settings. So it keeps your I've got it set to come on the dehumidifier to turn on at 60% relative humidity and turn off at 55, and that 5-degree difference is the hysteresis of the humidistat.
Now you know.
Now you know, yeah.
So it's already 10 a.m. because I fell asleep watching The Equalizer with Denzel Washington that we had rented on Redbox the last 30 minutes, I guess. I thought it was 10, but it was probably more like 30. And Dawn left it in the DVD player and let me watch the end of the movie this morning. I actually think I had seen that movie one time before, but I had no recollection of how it was going to turn out. Just a couple of brief familiar scenes. And there's a sequel. That movie was from 2014. 2018 there was a sequel, and I think we're going to watch that one tonight. I'd like to watch it tonight. So anyway, I appreciated being able to watch the end of the movie. I really tried to stay awake last night. I just couldn't. There was lost hope. So I slept on the couch for a while. Dawn's always reminded me to start my walking. Well, I don't lose steps, but I lose steps that are on the walk, part of the day. Well, as long as I'm wearing my watch, I count the steps, but not, maybe the way I want to count them. But yeah, I think Don has to start his phone. It's probably the same thing. It keeps his tracking the Fit app that he has steps, but they don't count towards his daily exercise per se.
When you go back and review your exercise,
that's right.
You don't get credit for it.
Right. The parking lot was very crowded, and Dawn had to really scope out a safe spot for us. This spot on the end over here is not safe because, good morning, because people tend to cut over top of the, what do you want to call that? The tarp that's there to prevent erosion. They walk over it on the end because they don't care. They've exercised, but those last extra 50 steps to get around to their cars, not happening for them. It's sort of funny if you ask me. Well, thankfully it doesn't seem to be a fragile ecological system there, so the fact that they're stepping where they really shouldn't isn't causing a huge impact, thankfully. Anyway, it's more crowded than you would think, and it actually, here in the shade, it feels okay. I'm sure when we get to the sun, on the other end over there by the lift station will be ready to get back into shade. No doubt. Because it's right around 80. So Don was listening to the latest Inside EVs podcast. You know, Kyle's on that. Yeah. While I was in Walmart and Guardian Angel yesterday, and he had some things, some thoughts on that.
Yeah, they towards the end of the podcast, they talked about Rivian's opening, I think, 6 new service centers or something like that. And Tom Monogny made a good point that this sales model, direct sales model that Tesla uses, that the Automotive Dealer Association, they're all in it now. They were asleep at the switch when Tesla came by, so Tesla got in and was able to establish the direct sales models in a lot of states, not all of them, but quite a few.
Right.
And Tom said Rivian's not, and Lucid and Rivian are not going to get to do what Tesla did.
Not that they don't want to.
Not that they don't want to, but in other words, they're going to have trouble doing that because a lot of the states let Tesla in, but then passed a law that says that's it, no more like this exception to the rule type thing. And so it's going to be an expensive battle. So my thinking is, and I first of all want to be very clear, I totally 100% agree with that. Kyle then made the point that the dealers, and that's going to force Rivian and Lucid to go out to the dealers. So Kyle made that point. So in other words, Tom said the direct sales model is not going to work, and Kyle basically implied or inferred, or my interpretation of what he was saying is that Lucid and Rivian are going to have to go to the dealers. You know,
have a dealer network.
Have a dealer network. Or sell franchises, or whatever you want to call that. That it won't be direct sales, not like Tesla. And then this is me thinking. This is where the Dealers Association is gunning to win the war. They've lost the battle, but
with Tesla,
but they've not won the war, or the war is not over yet. And this is their coup. Where they're going to win the war, and they're going to do that by offering to Rivian and Lucid such a sweetheart deal. Like, we won't charge you any commission. We'll build the franchises for free. We'll do these things. You know, no money out of your pocket, Rivian. No money out of your pocket, Lucid. We'll take care of everything for you for 5 years. Won't cost you a cent to go through us. You know, we'll bear the whole expense. And the reason is, if they can get Rivian and Lucid to fall into their rank, then the only person standing out there with the direct sale is Tesla. So Tesla, of course, has a lot of power, a lot of money, but they have to swim upstream all by themselves. Plus, they have the exception thing. So the next guy coming along isn't, after Lucid and Rivian, it's not going to be able to do it. Remember, Polestar is going through dealers. And where I'm going with this is how, basically, I always said the reason the dealers are fighting tooth and nail Tesla isn't really Tesla. It is Tesla, but the war is ordering Chinese cars from eBay for $19.95 free shipping, direct from China. That's what they're worried about. The Chinese come over here, and they don't have to. They make reliable, inexpensive cars. They don't, especially electric cars, don't need a lot of service anyway. You just order them on the internet, and they show up in your driveway, and they're way cheaper than the dealer. So that's what's at risk here. So, getting back to my final point, not me dragging all this out. I think this is if Rivian and Lucid, they could join forces with Tesla and take this Interstate Commerce Commission, and they actually could cause the dealership laws to be unconstitutional. And you know, they've already dabbled with that. Every time that threat kind of comes up, those states kind of cave. You know, that's sort of been the thing. And it's just, you know, Tesla as I said, they sort of kind of are okay. But Rivian and them, they either can join up and force it. So maybe the three of them, Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid, could join together, class action suit, take this out there and break up the dealer thing. But that, I don't know that that's going to happen, because the dealers can walk up to Rivian and Lucid and just say, hey, we're going to do it all for you. You don't have to worry about this problem. You know, this problem you're worried about so hard, how you going to do dealer, how you going to do service, and how you going to do, we got all that covered. We do it. We're professionals. We'll take care of it. Free.
Yeah, so that's where you find out money versus principles.
Right.
Yep. Well, just to say that I don't believe for a minute that the dealer network is set up there to protect the consumer anymore.
Oh, yeah,
it may have started out with some consumer protection concerns, but if you think that's why there are dealers, I think you're wrong.
Naive.
Yeah, and I was miffed last week about the whole UAW union stuff with the EV announcement and Tesla being prejudiced against. I mean, I don't know that there's any other word for it. I was pretty frustrated.
There's the political side. Biden, that should have been a fundraiser. That should not have been conducted on a public property. That should have been, he should have rented a stadium or some kind of place to hold a political rally, because he made political, that had nothing to do with policy. Remember, that was words out of his mouth. That was not a law that he signed. That was, oh, I'm going to do this for political clout. I'm going to cater to the unions and invite them. So that was 100% political thing at government and taxpayer expense. I think that was totally wrong.
Yeah, that was really frustrating. I'll just, I was born in Trenton, New Jersey, but when my father moved us out of Jersey to North Carolina, it was because his company and him wanted to avoid unionization of their workplace. That was it, pure and simple. They left a DeLaval turbine division in Trenton. I don't know if it's still there or not. I think it is. And they brought the other division. They made huge pumps for Navy ships and elevators and hydraulics and things.
Well, unions have their place.
Right, but they came to, Monroe to get away from the inner city and to get away from the unions. My father was not a union guy. I always say you shape your policy. You either align with your parents' policy or you do the exact opposite of your parents' policy. And I guess in this case, I just kind of aligned with my dad's ideology that he shared with me growing up. So no, total respect for employees need to be protected in the workspace. Don't come after me, but I'm just not always sold that it's a union.
Yeah,
Unionization is the way to do that. Workers should have a right to organize. I don't think that they shouldn't. I don't want to get too deep into it, but anyway, Tesla not getting the credit for their innovation and being an American company, and these other companies that are only doing what they're doing because Tesla led the way. I just don't think Tesla gets enough credit or enough respect, and that really bothers me. That makes me mad. And I'm not interested in foreign companies too much. So I totally support Lucid and Rivian, though, and their endeavor to sell like Tesla and to break into the marketplace. Yeah, I try to include some good Tesla discussion on Sundays when we're out for a slightly longer walk. We are not pressured for time for Don to get back to work. When we've had a chance to listen to some podcasts and YouTube videos that spur an idea that we'd like to expound on, all of those reasons. Not really trying to start controversy, but if it starts a discussion, then that's good. Welcome all, counterpoints or like-minded points, whichever the case may be. We're at the turnaround point. I would say yay, but actually this morning I'm feeling pretty darned good, pain level-wise. I woke up with less pain than in several days. The tightness in my right calf muscle caused by my back issue has minimized itself today. Gotta walk as far as Don walked. And I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday I struggled on the walk just a little bit with overcoming the discomfort. And it's really the only day I've walked that I had any discomfort. But today I'm feeling pretty good all over. So I'll take it. I tell Dawn, I said, me wanting to go and run you into the ground, wanting to go some more is a good thing, because that means I feel well, and I know you want me to feel well. One of the things the Dr. Lustig and Dr. Berry were saying this week was that wanting to exercise is a byproduct of making some positive changes, losing weight, and just feeling like getting out there. And Dawn and I totally agree with that.
The arrow of causality is wrong.
Wrong.
Everybody thinks you exercise to lose weight, but actually you lose weight and you exercise.
Because you feel better and you want to get out. Your body just like snaps on, oh yeah, I've got enough resources now to help you to want to move. Let's go. Yeah. And there were stories after stories of people feeling that way. So, plus, you know, when you do the math, if you just look at the math, you know, you can go to McDonald's and eat 1,000 calories in 10 minutes. You inhale a milkshake, a Coca-Cola, French fries, and a Big Mac. It's probably 1,500 calories or something. Yeah. And even on the desk cycle, even with me pedaling pretty fast, working up a sweat, getting my heart rate up, 20 minutes I can burn, you know, 200 to 300 calories maybe. So you can't exercise your way out of eating the wrong foods. But if you can get your body to signal, I should burn my stores of fat and take off a few pounds, I'm happy. I don't need to hold on to that, whatever the right way to do that is. Then when you start feeling better, you start being willing to exercise. And I would certainly,
Your activity goes up.
Your activity goes up, yeah. It doesn't have to be like a straight exponential spike, but just little bits here and there. And, you know, as you continue on, then you continue to feel better. So I feel good this morning. I just thought I'd share, since so many days in a row I'm saying I don't feel very good. I just tell it like it is. I'm not a gloss over the facts person. We'll be back in the shade shortly. We're ready to be back in the shade. Couch is going to feel good this afternoon.
I'm hoping.
I had this thought that maybe me deciding now's the time to start more of an exercise program so I can feel better. It actually worked out well, because with your job and it being summer, you know, I'm not sure you would have made it out every day to run. You were getting stuck at your desk too late and tired at the end of the day, ready to pile up. And
yeah, your motivation to make me get up and go.
You through the summer.
Yeah, I agree.
I know it's working really well for me, and I'm super appreciative of you being out here with me. So.
Aww. I like being out with my sweeties. The best part of this exercise program.
Well, that's good. But he wants the exercise part to be over.
Yeah, I'm ready for the exercise to be over.
So what was our pace today?
It wasn't too good. 21:05. 21 minutes, 5 seconds per mile average. The first mile was 21 minutes 12, the second was 20 minutes 19, and third was 22 minutes. So we varied our speed.
Right, well when it's hot, we're never as fast as when it's cool.
Right, got 6,555 steps.
Yeah, I'm just shy of 7,000. Has me a little worried about getting the next 3, but that's okay.
I just somehow don't worry about
it. If I could have got away with it, I'd have asked him to keep walking for another 1,000 steps. But given the heat, the late start, and the sun, if we had crossed the street.
I'll park at the Tesla Ruby parking place and let her walk to the red box and back. That'll get her another 500 steps.
Yeah, I agree. I'm game for that. Across the Walmart parking lot. I told Dawn I really did want to walk from up here, put the red box back, circle the store, and walk back to the car. And I'm going to see how many steps that is for future reference. I started my walking app on my watch again. You know, all the local Walmarts have started blasting pop music out front of the store. It's not just a Fuquay one. I'd like to have been in that meeting where someone decided that that was a good idea and understand why they think it's a good idea. I mean, I notice because I'm filming and I can't get, don't want to get in trouble with copyright music in the background, but, what is the motivation there? I'd really like to know what that does. Nice condition. Must have been in a garage most of its life. Well, I did walk a good pace. I did manage to buy 4 items also, even though I was here yesterday. You guys understand how that could happen, right? There is a happy patient man with his Tesla. Podcast, air conditioning, nap position. Happy man. Yeah, I don't ever have to worry about Don being put out with me about me going in and shopping, because sitting in the Tesla waiting is easy peasy.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
And he put himself on easy entry, which
that
has
way it
to
doesn't wake me up.
Right.
Because if I sit here in my normal profile and adjust my seat, get it just like I want, then after 15 minutes, the car turns off and it wakes me up when it changes to easy entry.
Sure.
So I change it to easy entry first, then I adjust my seat. Because easy entry is great for getting in and out, but it's really not
exactly where you want it for nap time.
That's right.
That's funny. I suppose you could have a nap time profile. I have a work profile in Ruby. If I want my computer in my lap to work on videos, I have a work profile.
Sure.
But just so you know, the drive-through profile for Ruby, you need to create a new Dawn drive-through from your profile. Label it Dawn drive-through, because Marianne, the regular drive-through one, is going to put you into the steering wheel. Okay. It's my profile instead of yours, because the seat was moving so much when I would change it. It was not safe how it was doing. It was like they were so far off.
Yeah.
So different. I hear there's good stuff coming there. Multi-floor, new tenants, good stuff. I can't believe nobody's taken over the old Ace Hardware, the old Stevenson's Hardware frontage there. Right. I see lots of possibilities for that building, and it's been sitting empty a while. Aviator does have the actual brewing stuff, mason jar, excuse me, back down there. So Don brought me in to look at the new high school, now that we can actually get in the parking lot safely on the weekend. I see a little bit of construction activity going. Goodness, they did not remove that.
There's a big drop there.
I guess they don't own that little I think run down is a fair word. I think it was condemned. I don't think it was livable. But I guess the property owner wasn't ready to remove it. But they're over here still doing landscaping. They've got, like, you know what, a week, 10 days, 2 weeks at the most to finish up. Working on a Sunday, you know what that means. Well, hopefully it means good pay and finished school. Barnhill is the construction company here. Okay. But yeah, I'm a little perplexed about this house remaining over here. I mean, possibly it's livable, but even if it was livable, would you want to be in the school parking lot? I don't know. I guess it's got a work permit up over there, so maybe they are going to make it a little rental house. So a lot of renovation going on around town for the older homes, and I'd have to say that I'm pleased to see it. I don't like the mentality of bulldoze everything, and I also don't like looking at rundown stuff. So I think I know the one real estate lady and her husband are buying up the houses on Main Street, restoring them and flipping them, and they're making a good profit, and they're making the town look better. So I guess I'm good with it. They also seem to be preserving some of the town's heritage versus just steam plowing through it. So maybe there's a downside, but I haven't realized what it would be. Yesterday with the rain, the splash pad was empty when I was by midday, but today everyone's back and having fun. Just a few more weeks till it closes down. The town is not a hard stop on Labor Day, but they look at the weather forecast for the week, and I guess depending on if they have somebody, they're in school, they had to go back to school, or they're still around, that they can run it. So anyway, it looks like a lot of happy kids. Time to walk the plant gauntlet and come visit. Hi. Hello, bud. Hi, Stripe. Hello. Aww. An hour of walking, 269 calories. Of course, we weren't at breakneck pace today. But I'm a little disappointed that the workout here does not easily tell me how many steps were involved. I can't tell. I will say that I'm over 8,200, so I do think going into Walmart and walking around inside got me 1,000 steps at least. I'm gonna go mow by the mailboxes at the street and then come and do this backyard strip here. Later in the week, I'll do the front yard. The front yard needs it too, but It's all in the sun right now. And I don't need that many more steps today. Besides, I kind of like to split it up. It's just easier on me. I do a better job. Well, I ended up doing both sides of the driveway and the backyard here where the backyard kitties hang out. And I walked the whole driveway again and blew everything and the boardwalk. And then I cleaned the 3 fountains along the boardwalk area. Got a little bit cool water on my hands and my feet at least. And I'm gonna go inside and I'm done. Don's talking to JB, wishing him a happy birthday. I think it's the 71st. And he's making bacon for us in the house, so that's good.
You gonna make me eat vegetables?
Yeah, I'm making a asparagus, and I'm making a broccoli egg thing to go along with the ham, the big spiral sliced ham.
Oh, can we just have the ham?
It looks a little funny when all you get's ham and mustard on your plate.
Well,
you gotta have something to go along with it.
What about ham? If I'm gonna eat my vegetables, you gonna make me ice cream?
Yeah, I'm thinking we're having ice cream tonight since I sweated out there in the yard and mowed. Right. I'm thinking at 12,000, going on 13,000 steps, we can have ice cream.
Well, I think that sounds like a great idea.
All right. I have lots of help while I cook in the kitchen, and Dawn is being ahead of the game and getting me the ice cream maker early. But see, these guys are all right here off the back on the boardwalk. They're keeping me company too. Johnny will be home in just a few minutes, and I'm sure they'd love to see him also. Here it is, looking good.
So this is my creative ice cream. Let's see, little ice cream, little whipped cream, a few pecans, a little bit of chocolate. Masterpiece.